So here are my frags and my paths. They're not doing much. They just finished blooming on some of them. Over here you can see the flower spikes, and I don't think they're doing much. I repotted about more than half of them because when I purchased them, the roots were so rotted, it was awful. And finally, I had a chance to repot them and see just how horrific it was. Some of my cattleyas up here, I don't think you guys can even see it because it's just so dark. And they aren't doing much, but my Angregum is showing off its buds finally. Finally, after about 2 months, it's popping out those buds. And that root, see that root? It's like funky, it just separated into two. So my Angregum Memoria Mark Aldridge, I believe is what it's called. And this one is in need of a repot. I do have to mist this every single day, but you can see that the roots, some of them are dead. They're very dried up. So finally, after a few months, actually probably half a year of having this is one of my Liparis. I finally got it to spike, so there's actually 4 flower spikes that I can see. Actually 5 flower spikes. Oh wow, so these guys have a lot of flower spikes, and they're not completely blooms yet, so you can see that these buds are still very, very small. They're still tightly packed together, but I'm super excited because I didn't think that I was going to be able to rebloom these guys, but this one's having a little bit of a hard time getting out, so I might have to help it along. And of course, my beautiful Oncidium. This is my first Oncidium ever, so I'm hoping that I don't kill it, but my Oncidium has been in bloom for months, and it's put out 1 flower spike, which had a whole bunch of buds, and then it put out another flower spike with a whole bunch of buds. So I'm super excited about that. This is my favorite Oncidium, probably my Wildcat, and you can see all those wild colors and stripes and everything. That's just awesome. Here's another look at this awesome orchid. So I have some Bellaria over here. I actually did a microscope slide of this petal, and I saw all the cells that are in there, and they're pigmented. Some of them are pigmented with the purple. It's pretty awesome. So this is actually a second bloom spike that's blooming right now, and it's been in bloom for quite a while. I have some of my Dendrobium Phalaenopsis over here. They're not doing much right now. They just finished blooming about a month or so ago. Last week I was watering, and I finally found this. So this is actually one of my no ID Cattleya Alliance. I don't even know what it looks like, to be honest with you. So I'm going to be super excited to find out what it looks like, and cannot wait for it to open, but I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty. And then I have some more questionable orchids right here. I think this one suffered quite a bit of sun damage, I believe. Oh, poor guy. And then it was sitting pretty high up, which I moved it down, but it's sitting pretty high up, and I did not see that it needed to be watered, so it's kind of dry, and I've been watering it a little bit more. These are my Leptodes bicolor. I actually had 2 of them. I was gonna send one of them to my friend, but then he got one already, so I was like, okay, I'll just keep the other one for myself. And there's not much going on over here. So up on top of here are my Dendrobiums. So my Nobelies I had to give them a dry winter rest. and I was forcing them to bloom, and you can see all these bloom buds. I've actually, after about a month of seeing these buds, I actually started watering them. I didn't water them right away because I only saw buds on one of the canes and I wanted to see buds on all of them. So that's why I waited for about a month after I saw buds on one of the canes to start watering, and you can see that the buds have developed on the other canes as well. So that's a different cane, and this is on a different cane, and there are buds on here as well. So I think that's gonna work out. This one, I did the same thing, but there's only buds on one cane, so very sad about that. So only one cane will bloom this year, but we'll see if the other canes can put out buds as well. And on this one, this one isn't even the one with lots of keikis, but this one has keikis, so there's just very limited amount of buds, which I'm kind of disappointed about, but not as much as the other one I'll show you guys. Super disappointed. So this one's not too bad. This one I've actually started watering, and I think this one's not blooming for me because when I was starting to force it to go into dormancy, it had a whole bunch of keikis. So it was trying to feed its keikis, and instead it was spending too much time on its keikis and not on any bloom. So I just decided that I'm gonna pull this one out of dormancy. Maybe next year, but we'll see. So this one is my most disappointed orchid ever. I cannot believe it. This one's even worse than the other one. This one, when I force it, the time when I forced it into dormancy because it was starting to get too cold, it had a ton of keikis, like a ton. Look at all those keikis on there. It's just really annoying because the keikis are taking all of the nutrients from Mama, and you can see Mama is like super skinny and wrinkly. So when I forced it into dormancy, it just made everything worse. And I'm gonna show you guys. This is like so sad. I'm so embarrassed. Cannot even tell you how embarrassed I am. It had one flower. That is so sad, and it's not even a real flower. It's like some funky flower. It doesn't even, it's missing one of its petals. Isn't that I am so embarrassed. So obviously it did develop a a bud. It developed one funky bud, and that was it. And this one, my coworker gave to me. It was a rescue. And this one I cut watering too, but it doesn't look like it's doing anything. And I think it's because it's really exhausted being in my coworker's care because she was not taking care of it properly. So it didn't, she like fertilized like once every 2 months, and she watered once a week on very hot days, so it's just very sad. So here I have my mama plants, the Dendrobium Phalaenopsis, and I've also kind of cut watering for this one too. I still missed it, but I don't water thoroughly. I missed it so the roots can not get too dry. But it is losing its leaves, so and these guys actually they can bloom from their bare, naked canes, so I think the losing of the leaves is okay. Yeah, like this, and this is the other one, this baby plant or division from that one. And then my Kingianum, I'm actually really proud of this. This is my first year, or my first winter with my Kingianum, and it's having flower spikes. So the Dendrobium kingianums actually do really well, or most kingianums, or most Dendrobiums and Cattleyas actually do really well in my environment, just because of they're able to withstand all the extreme weather. So this is another Dendrobium. This one I actually got tested for a virus because I got it from Seattle Orchids, and it had like funky spots on its leaves, and I wasn't sure exactly what it is, but I can tell now after having it for about a year that the new leaves no longer have funky spots, and I do believe it is because of something that I'm doing. Either it was due to all the other minerals that I'm putting into my fertilizer, such as calcium, magnesium, and all the other stuff, or something. So it could be a mineral deficiency or a vitamin deficiency, but it's doing really well now. And I put it up here, hanging up here, because I want to slow down or lessen the watering for these guys, so that's why I have them up hanging on top, because it's just harder to water them when they're on top, so I won't get too water happy. So that's pretty much it. I'm really sorry it's a very long video, but I think I haven't done a super long update in a while, so I just thought I would do something like this just to record all my plans for now. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.